Let's see if I can get speaker view. Okay, no, I can't. Every time I do it, someone else is highlighted as a speaker. Okay, well, Janice, you're our speaker. Are you ready to talk about leadership? All right, shoot. Well, I hate it. I have to fix my Zoom because I don't know what's going on when I'm talking. Can you guys, I'm recording and it has the recording view. I don't know if I should just try it like this and see if it works. What I see is Janice, though. All right. She's highlighted on my view as the speaker. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead like this. I'm sorry. I apologize for not being isolated on me. I think it's easier to listen to recordings when it's isolated on the speaker, but I obviously have troubleshooting to do, and I'll try and fix that this week. So first, welcome. This is our Team B call for the week, and what I wanted to do, you only see me because you're looking at speaker view. So you guys can set it to be speaker view, but on my computer, when I have it on speaker view, it's recording a non-speaker for some reason as the person, which I think will be very distracting if you can't even at least find me in the box. Anyway, I'll work on that for next week, and I apologize for that right now. What I wanted to do is come on here tonight and give you guys a recap of the leadership retreat. And I won't go into full detail. I'm actually going through our World Series watchers, guys. No offense, but I get very distracted and squirrel, and so if I have noise, I'll freak out on you. So in order to get to this leadership conference, I know many of you signed up and said, hey, I want to go next year. I wanted to talk a little bit about that because anyone on this call today or anyone that tunes in 3 months can decide and commit and qualify for that retreat. And I want to just give you a quick rundown of what that's going to take. If they don't change the requirements. So right now, the requirements were for this year to be a paid 5-star for 1 week during the qualification period, which was, I think, January to July 31st, and then they even changed it to August 30th. So you had to be a paid 5-star, which meant you had to qualify for 5-star and be paid at least 1 week during that time as a 5-star diamond. So that's one requirement that's pretty hefty that you guys already know you can work toward, okay? Then the second requirement is that you have to work on your elite points, okay? And you get those by helping your coaches hit Success Club, retail product, and also when your total team cumulative volume, like 3 levels deep, your team earns points. Once you hit where you were last year, every 10,000 points you hit above last year, you get 1 elite point. So elite points aren't something you can just walk down the street like Success Club points and sell a challenge pack. They're a little bit more challenging than that. However, all it is helping your team do what you do, and that's help people. So if you are on a mission to help a lot of people, attaining and getting the goal, reaching that goal of hitting leadership is really realistic. However, you are going to need to know what it takes to get there. And so I wanted to lay that out. So if your goal is to get there, then we need to look at your business and we need to figure out, are you recruiting enough people to have 5 elite or 5 diamond coaches by the time period? And also, are you teaching them how to retail product, how to help more people, and how to duplicate their business, okay? So there's a lot of little things that, and I'm going to have Carrie Casserly join us when she jumps on. She's going to share with us her perspective as a first-time, well, not really, first-time qualified leadership participant. She came as a guest of mine about 3 years ago. So she's been to 2 different leaderships, and I just would love for her to share some of what she walked away with this time around. But this for you guys to know, this was my 8th leadership event. I started going 8 years ago, and every year have qualified since. And as you know from a call a few months ago, I actually had given up on qualifying at the beginning of the year. Maybe it was like around March. I decided that, you know, it's going to be really hard, and I am not doing what it takes, and I'm just going to not go because I'm okay with that. Well, one of my friends called me on my bullshit and said, I don't think you're really okay with that. I don't know why. Oh, she didn't say it like that. She just said, why aren't you going? And I wasn't okay with it. So I said, I didn't qualify. And she said, well, that's a bunch of bull and you're going to qualify. So once I agreed and gave her my word, I had to figure out a way to do it. And I did it. And I was proud of myself for doing it. I realized we can accomplish hard things. So some new coaches or some non-diamond coaches or some single-star or 2-star diamond coaches that are listening right now might say, I don't know, that's really hard. Well, I'm here to tell you can do hard, okay? I promise you, it takes sacrifice, but that's what we're about, right? Helping people and doing that with consistency and determination and a plan, you will get there. Okay, so what was this leadership conference about? Well, it's sort of a recharge almost. It's a more intimate event than a summit. Summit has 25,000 people. Leadership has more like 300 people. About 200 qualified guests, and then some of their spouses and other people that they were able to bring along with them. Hold on real quick while I just mute a line, because like I said, I get really distracted if I hear noise. Okay, so of those qualifiers, it's the top people in the company, as you can imagine. Any of the top coaches you'll name, yes, they're there. Any of the elite coaches, yes, they're there. And then, there's people who have been elite, who may just be coming up and coming, people that might not be elite, but they're all people that are moving their businesses forward. And it's a really neat experience to be able to, it's a little less stressful event than Summit. I'd say at Summit, you're kind of rushing to get, what are you going to do? You can't do everything. You have to kind of pick and choose, and you really have to rush from the workout, maybe skip your shower, grab something to eat, maybe not grab something to eat, grab a bar from your bag, head to the meeting, straight from the meeting, go to the party. It's like rush, and it's really hard to meet all your teams, spend time with people. Well, at leadership, I think they've designed it such that you can wake up early and work out. There's time to just relax, to eat your breakfast, and either to clean up or to chat with coaches and to get to the speakers. And it's really there for you to rub elbows and chat and make relationships with other people. It's not just about make sure to get to the workout, make sure to hear what's going on, make sure to attend the welcome reception, and go to bed and wake up early to work out. A lot of what goes on at leadership is connecting with other leaders, okay? Every year I walk away with one or two more connections, and those are just people that I cherish and relationships that are special to me, because these are just, each and every one of us is unique. And just you can imagine having that opportunity to just sit down and, on Sunday, I happened to be walking through the lobby, and I walked over and sat with Becky Brissett. I don't know how many of you know Becky. Anyone know her name? Okay, so she knew who I was. I know who she is. We've talked before. We've hugged. We've taken pictures. But I sat down and spent 40 minutes just talking to her, about her flight, about her kids, about life, about leadership, about the discussions. And that's where I think the magic happens. That's where you make a relationship or a friend, or you share an idea, or you have some kind of a discussion, and later you wind up being success partners, or you wind up leading each other's team calls, or you run a group together. And that's part of how leadership is designed, okay? So now I want to get into, I did share with you a bunch of the links of the different sessions, which we've never really had the ability to do before. With technology, things are getting to be a little more, reachable, and we're able to take these sessions and just pass them directly to you, which I think is incredible. I don't know how many years I wish, I was there, but that I wish I could have just taken, sorry, my son's school is calling. I'm pretty sure no one called him in sick today, but he was at the dentist. We'll deal with that later. So I just wish that I could see what's going on in these events, So this is your backstage pass, your secret door to what's going on. So there's 8 or 10 links. You can choose to watch them, or you can not choose to watch them. You can choose to take notes on them or not. I'm not going to go into detail on every single thing. What I want to do is give people who aren't going to go do that, because I know only 2% of the people in the world will do that, just a high level on what it is. So the main overall theme of the event was really getting back to basics. We've heard that before at other events, but it's really about you taking our products, and are you a product of the product, and are you currently doing something, or have you recently done something? And it's not just about dabbling and doing the challenge of the day. It's really about, from start to finish, are you using a program and sharing your results? When I think about why I joined as a coach, I go back to, I did Power 90, I had a transformation, and I wanted everyone to feel exactly like I felt. Now, how many of you watching have used one of our products and had a transformation? 3 of you? That's it? Okay, that's a little better. It doesn't have to be a fitness program. It could be a nutritional program. It could be Shakeology. But I'm saying, there's a reason why you became a coach, and it's because you're excited about this and you want to help other people. So for me, remembering that feeling and being able to help other people is the reason you will become successful in this company, okay? And we talked about that. We talked about being a transformational leader versus a transactional leader. And I want to go into a little bit of detail because that was a theme throughout several of the discussions, and I just want to touch on how that left me. That helped me get back to my roots, right? For me, it's not about when someone contacts me and says, tell me more about this thing that you're doing, what's this program and how can I get it? It's really easy to reply, oh, it's 21-day fix, it's portion control, you're going to love it, here's the link, we're going to start a group in 2 weeks. Go ahead and get it and let me know and I'll add you to my group, right? I mean, that's all the facts. That's what you need to do as a good coach, right? How many people think that's all you need to do as a coach is answer the question and get the links to people? Well, I sometimes am guilty of that, even though I know that that might not be the exact answer. The exact answer is to slow down a second, to connect with the person and be excited that they want to hear more about what you're doing, even if they think they want to join you, and get some information from them. Find out what is exciting them. Why are they interested? What is it that they, for their results? Our mission in the company is to help people achieve health or happiness. I don't know the exact mission, but it's their results, right? It's not about their health and fitness goals. Help people reach their health and fitness goals. They're highlighted, okay? So we got to find out what are their goals. So they might think that that's the right program for them, but then we might realize, hey, they're not going to do that program because that isn't going to work for them. They just told me all these reasons. I'm going to make a suggestion or help them find the right program for their goals, okay? So it's really important that we stop them, ask them some questions, and then get moving forward and helping them in the right direction. But once we've made that connection as to what they might really need, it's easier for us to present them with a link. It's more about the follow-up because people get busy. I know I'm really guilty of this. If I want to buy something from somebody and I talk to them about it and they send me a link and I forget, I'm forgotten, right? I'm so busy that I meant to do it, but I didn't do it. And until they're really following up with me and reminding me, then I might not do it. So yeah, they can keep sending their links. But if they remind me about why I wanted to get started, listen, you said that you hated that spot on your face. I know you have that wedding that you're going to be at, or you're doing your family pictures, and you said you wanted to get rid of it before then. Like, are you still doing your pictures on that day? I mean, that would make me think, gosh, yeah, you're right. I need to do this for a month before my picture versus just getting a link, okay? So it's more about that transformational versus transactional. Oh, wait, okay. And I want to give Carrie the mic for a few minutes. She only has, I think, 10 minutes to talk to us right now. So she had volunteered to speak on the call tonight because, as I told you, she was a guest at Leadership of Mine 3 years ago and then actually qualified herself for the event this year. And so, Carrie, can you hear me?
I can. Can you guys hear? I'm on my phone. I'm not usually used to doing Zoom, and I can't see anybody but you, Lee. So hi, everyone.
Well, I'll keep you.
And there's a helicopter literally circling overhead, so hopefully you guys can hear me.
We can.
All right, cool. So did you want me to touch on anything in particular, Lee?
Really just, I set the stage with saying that, the main theme of the overall weekend was really getting back to basics and being a product of the product yourself and sharing your story and becoming more of a transformational leader, helping people achieve their goals versus being transactional and just sending out links. Right. And that's kind of where I left off. I had one or two other points that I wanted to talk about, but I thought that we could have you just talk about your takeaways.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I would say I took away from it was it's very easy, I think, for us as coaches when we are doing this as a business. Like, we all signed up to be a Beachbody coach because we had really great experiences with our products. We loved our Shakeology. We had transformations, or we saw somebody else that had transformations and we wanted that for ourselves. So we start off initially with this mindset of like, wow, this is awesome. And then I'm speaking for myself, but I think I can speak for other coaches too, is that when you start to do this then as a business and your livelihood, right? Like, so this is my business, my income source, and the way that I help provide for my family, it's very easy to fall away from those original reasons of wanting to help. And it's very easy to fall into being a transactional coach. And I think what I took away from it this weekend was that if you just step back for a second, and Success Club is very important, you guys, I'm not saying it's not, but when you look at it in a different light and you look at it from the sense of each point, like if you look at it as a person helped and really think about that intentionally, it's helped me just over this past weekend just kind of get back to my roots of like, why did I enjoy being a coach in the first place? And it will help you move forward in a much more positive way rather than like, oh my God, I need 2 more points to hit Success Club 10. Oh my God, I'm not at Success Club. If you start to actually look at like, who can I help? And really ask yourself, who can I help? How many people can I help this month? What can I do differently in my challenge groups to really connect with my challengers? If they're not posting in groups, maybe it's because they're really shy. So maybe reach out to them individually and call them. Carl talked about that, and he talked about the retention rate of your customers if you actually reach out via a phone call, not just a text message or a Facebook post, but actually a phone call. So I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to start to do more of that because I've fallen away from that as well. And then the other big thing that I got was finding the joy. Like, Lee, do you remember how he put that again? Like, find something joyful about what you do. Because we all had that at one point, and then sometimes you fall away from it. So you got to find your joy in being a coach, and then focus on doing what makes you joyful. So if it's
joy set. She called it your joy set.
Yeah, your joy set. That's right. I knew there was like a phrase for it. So I mean, it's just basically, sorry, this helicopter is so annoying. It's
if you hadn't stolen that car, Carrie, they wouldn't be looking.
I know. I mean, literally, it's like going in circles right up over my head. Hopefully there's no like armed robber running down the street here.
I think those are key points, that you do what you do, you keep doing it, you keep looking for more people, and you don't change what you're doing when you start having some success. And I think that was Jeff Hill had a really long discussion about that, how it's really easy to find a little bit of success and then to forget, like you said, Carrie, your roots, why you join and what you really enjoy. What's your joy set? I mean, for me, it's helping people get started. That to me is so amazing. And then yes, picking up the phone when they go quiet. And they don't go quiet because they want to. They go quiet because something happened. And
usually it's because they feel guilty. Like, that's what I find. They feel guilty because they're not doing what they said they were going to do, and they fell off the wagon, and they don't want to talk because they're embarrassed. That's usually what I find. And
they don't know that that's okay and that's normal because they see the other people still posting, or they see you still posting. And I mean, I walk by people every day that go, oh, don't look at me, I'm eating this, or I'm sorry I didn't show up. And I'm like, no, I never want to be that person. I'm here to support you and your goals. So if you decided this isn't the right thing or the right time, hey, I just am here as a professional pointer with the right tools.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's really important. And Carl made a really good analogy. Is we're not just here signing people up to this business that has a black box and selling the box, right? Like, think of it like our tools. But if we don't know what those tools are, then all we're doing is signing people up to just sign people up. And they're signing people up like, yeah, that box, that's the Beachbody box. But yeah, all you need to do is buy a challenge pack and then sign up 4 people and then get to Diamond, and no one's looking in the box. Like that, we're guilty of that. Sometimes we really need to be using the products and sharing our results. And that's how we can differentiate ourselves from other network marketing companies. Not that they do that, but that we have these amazing tools that transform lives. And then we need to be sharing those transformations. And if you look at it, Carl talked about, carries his book around, and it's the book of transformations. He has all the transformations. And each and every one of us can have that same book. It starts with your story on the front page. And you might have 3 or 4 or 5 transformations, and that's okay. But help your mom, help your sister, help your best friend, help your neighbor, help your Sunday school teacher, help your customer lead, and add all those stories to that book and walk around with that and share that. And that's going to be, if you don't have your own stories, you can share Carl's stories too. But the more personalized these things are to you, the easier they are for you to share, and more people want to join you because of that. Did you have something on that, Carrie?
The only thing I was thinking of to add to that is, like, not all of us have a transformation, a physical transformation, which I liked because Danielle Natoni touched on this. And your transformation might be an emotional one, something Beachbody did for you emotionally, something that it did for your family, or so anything like that, like helped you stay at home with your babies or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a physical transformation. So don't get hung up on like you have to look a certain way or you have to have like certain muscle abs or whatever. Just focus on telling your story, whatever it has done for you, because a transformation is not one size fits all.
That's so true. And Danielle even said it again on a national wake-up call yesterday. It's really about it's your belief. I believe in these products that sells them, not your transformation. You know they work because of X, Y, or Z, and this is what the company has done for you. For Danielle, it was a full emotional transformation, became a financial transformation, and she's one of the top coaches in the company. She had no physical transformation at all. She was fit, and now she's fit. Yeah, her arms are her arms. Let me think of what else. I think when I was thinking about, I'm going to talk at Super Saturday, and I want to share some of my story. By the way, the Super Saturday is this Saturday. So if any of you haven't yet found a Super Saturday near you, I'm going to encourage you to go to the Coach Online office and look it up and figure out where there is one near you, and hopefully you can get to it. Because anytime you can get to a live event, you're going to walk away with something more than just what happened at the event. Okay, there's those connections. There's a feeling of being part of something that's even bigger than you. And that's one thing that I took away from leadership. So I've been with this company almost 10 years, which is insane. I've never held a job for that long in my life. This company I've watched grow. I've watched change. I've watched the products we have changed. The overall environment and my belief in the leadership is something that is just undeniable. And I feel like each and every one of you can get a piece of that by coming to a live event, whether it's Summit or Super Saturday or just a coach training in your area. So if you can get to an event, I'm going to urge you to do what you can, even if it's driving an hour, but getting a babysitter, whatever it is, to get there. Because one of my coaches, I don't think she's on the line right now, her second week in the business, she went to a Super Saturday, and she's now a Diamond coach. And I think that part of it is that Michael Neiman came there. She could feel the energy that the company had, part of something bigger than just me and my team and you and us. She felt a part of this movement. And I think if you don't get it from me, I want you to get it that it's more than me and more than Carrie. This is like, it's more than just Carl. This is 100,000 strong, 500,000 coaches, but 100,000 people that are passionate like us. And in listening to the stories and the takeaways, I mean, everything that we've just summarized in these last few minutes were really shared in much detail with so much passion and so many different personalities. There were a few coach success stories. There were, compliance spoke. I mean, it really was a good look and feel of the company. So if you can get on and watch some of those videos, I'm going to urge you to do that as well. Did you have anything else to add, Carrie?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what you exactly said at the beginning. The only last thing that I thought of that was talked about was each of us, you guys can reach out to me or Lee or your upline, whoever your coach is in your upline. You guys have access to us anytime you want. And I just wanted you guys to know that. But more importantly than that, be resourceful, and also just, if something's not working, ask questions and ask for help if you need to help, figure something out. But one thing that hit home that Carl said is that, and I don't know what coach said it, but instead of pointing fingers at, we all know the presidential election is screwing with everything right now. There's outside factors that can affect people and where their mindset is right now in terms of wanting to get fit and healthy. But we have to look at ourselves. What can we do different? How can we change what we're doing? Is there something that we can be doing better or differently? And that question is going to be, or that answer is going to be different for each individual, because we are definitely our own CEO. We're our own business owners. So try to keep that in mind as well. There's tons of help and support out there, but take responsibility. I know that's it's hard when somebody's take responsibility. I'm like, really? But it's so true, you guys. I mean, think of it in a positive way. I don't mean that in a negative way at all, but if we can be our own problem solvers and communicate with each other and really talk things through so we can help each other, that's really what's key. That's what's going to help us, I think.
And the problems that any one of us is having is something that either someone else has already had, is going to have, or is going through. You know, there's not a lot of new stuff here, guys. This is something that, and that's why I think finding a success partner and talking in the team page and being a leader. So each one of you has your own business and you're your own CEO. And when you learn something, don't be afraid to jump into any of the team pages or all the team pages and share it, because you're helping others see something that they haven't seen before. And if we've already seen it or it's inappropriate, we'll tell you. But most likely it's something that, you know, that's how you create or share your leadership. That's how leaders are made, by going beyond what the normal person does and then taking that leap of faith and saying, this is something I want to teach others or share with others. And that's how you're going to grow. And it might be scary the first time you do it, but it'll be appreciated by so many. And I think you'll feel like little warm fuzzies too when you do it. Like, wow, I helped that person, or this person, you know, said that was the best article they'd ever read, or really moved their business. And that's what leaders do. So I'm giving you all permission to own your own business and share in our team pages, because that's what we're about, is helping our team succeed. Carl did talk about, Carrie, when you have to jump off, I'm gonna just
I'm gonna jump off. Thanks you guys so much. I can't see who's on the call. My phone doesn't show me, but thanks you guys. I appreciate you listening, and I'll talk to you all later.
Thank you so much, Carrie. I know how tight your time is right now. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Lee. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. So Carl did also talk about, approaching the end of the year as something special, because usually January, and it always will be, the biggest time for an in-home fitness company. Everybody makes New Year's resolutions, right? So January, December, everyone's looking for what program, what do I do, where's the group, where's the support. He said, I challenge you to put together end of year resolution teams, and don't just wait for the new year. So get some people together that are willing to step up and willing to commit in the hardest time of the year. Holidays are hard. A lot of the times we have free groups. There's going to be two different kinds of people. There's going to be the kind of person that is ready to just kind of stay where they are and not gain any weight over the holidays, which is admirable, because most people gain 5 to 10 pounds over the holidays. And then there's another group of people that you might not even know where they are, or they might not even know who they are, that they want to commit to a change in the next 10 weeks. And you want to find those people, or to help people see that they can be that kind of a person by making a change. Like I see on this call right now, I'm going to call you out, Danielle Napoli. She's a new mom. She's new in this business, and she's committing to her own fitness. And she's doing it at probably one of the hardest times of the year. But it doesn't matter to her, because this is the time. She had a baby. She's going back to work, and she's not messing around. She's going to get fit. She did a 3-day refresh, and she's starting her program. She has a group going, and she's just going to ask people to join her. And so I think that if we all act in that fashion, instead of saying, oh, it's Thanksgiving and it's the holidays and people aren't going to want to join my group, and, you'll find that that's true. So I challenge you, just like Carl challenged us, to go ahead and find the people who are ready. Put the ones that are just wanting to maintain the group over here. Help them, support them, give them ideas on how to stay healthy and not gain the 5 to 10 pounds. But over here, work with these people to get into the best shape of their lives. And you know what? Half of them are going to join your team, because they're going to see how easy it is and how fun it is to help other people. And then you're going to have a whole other team in January to go out and help more people. And honestly, where you find success in this business is by creating that and having it be a snowball effect. So you help 5 people, and they all help 5 people. And if all of them help 5 people, when you look at how this business works, that's creating success, because you are duplicating what you're doing, but that's going to bring you income too, whether you know it or not. So I don't think that it's a really hard formula. Success Club's there as bare minimum, help 3 people, help 5 people. Do that consistently. That's what the successful coaches do. Every single coach that gets on a call, a national wake-up call, a leadership call, stands on stage at Summit, or gets on stage at a leadership event, they're highlighting, this coach has this many months consecutively in Success Club. And it's not to say because they earn prizes every month in Success Club. It's because that's what it takes to be consistent. And that kind of success, when you're talking to enough people to be consistently helping people, you just keep that number rolling. So you can decide if it's 2 people, if it's 1 person, if it's 7 people a month, that's your number. But make sure that you're helping 1 person a month at least. do what you're doing. Get started with the program, working on their transformation, getting healthy and fit. And again, if you want more success, talk to more people. But the bare minimum that Beachbody holds is 3 for Success Club, and they do that because in order to get 3 yeses, you probably got to talk to like 10 or 15 people. So they're trying to keep you consistent with doing that. So the 3 number is a good number because you got to talk to like 20 people to get 3, or maybe 10 or 30 people to get 3. So 1 or 2 people a day, okay? You want success faster, you want more success, you just raise that number and talk to more people. And then I guess the challenges come, where do I find the people? And I've been talking to people this week about that, and it's really, they're out there. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're your buddies, they're your coworkers, they're in the grocery lines next to you. And how do you start conversations with them? Well, yeah, that's the challenging part. So make sure that you're smiling at people, because it all starts with you being open and aware. Smile at people, say hello to people. Start conversations on Facebook with people you haven't talked to in a while without any expectations, okay? Just remove your expectations. Don't look at people as points. Don't walk around saying I need my challenge pack sale. Believe me, it's the end of the month, and I bet if you ask everyone on this call, they're all still looking to help 2 or 3 more people. I know I am. I mean, I've already helped 3 people or 4 people, but it doesn't matter. I have the minimum that I want to help, and I'm trying to not ever go into it as where are the points, where are the points. It's more, how can I authentically find the people that need to hear what I have to say? So how do I share my story? How do I share what I'm doing? How do I send personal messages? That's what you need to work on for you. It's different for everyone. But it all starts with your story. Why did you become a coach? Why are you committing to your own fitness? What kind of results are you seeing? What do you have that you can share as a positive with people, whether it's inspiration, whether it's fitness tips, whether it's food recipes? Be that source of knowledge for people, and you'll find that people come pouring back to you with the desire to be pointed in the right direction, to be told what to do, and you have a toolkit that can help them. It's just asking them some questions. One of the things that I wanted to let you know that we heard, excuse me, at Leadership was that they're adding some features to the Beachbody On Demand. And these features are going to be awesome. So I don't know when they're rolling them out, but some of the cool things that are coming is that you'll be able to switch the language of the program when you're doing it. So let's say you're doing 21-day fix, but you need it in Spanish. You'll be able to go down the drop-down menu and click on language and switch to Spanish. Right now, the only program that comes in Spanish, I just looked this up yesterday, is Size on BOD. So it's really going to be important when we're helping more markets that we're going to have more programs. So that's a great addition. There's also going to be a little, I don't even know what it's called. It's just basically a questionnaire. When people want to figure out what program is good for them, it's going to ask them and walk them through the steps. A lot of these questions are things that you and I ask people anyway. How much time do you have to exercise? What kind of exercise do you prefer? Dance, cardio, weights? It was like 4 or 5 questions, and I'm like, oh my God, those are all the kinds of questions that I use when I'm talking to people. What do you like? How often do you want to work out? What kind of results do you want? What has worked for you in the past? So some of them are open-ended questions, but once the system can ask them these questions, it narrows down what program is going to help them achieve their results based on their answers. And so, again, it's just going to help you utilize our tools better. So that was one of the neat, cool things they're doing. They're talking about adding a little more online content. Like, people are getting tired of doing the same 7 workouts for 21-day fix. They're adding 2 more workouts in the variety so that they can use those to swap in and out. How we get them, how we access them, how much they cost, I don't even know. Maybe they're just included for free, but I didn't get to ask those questions. Just so you know, like a heads up, that things are coming, and Beachbody is looking at what is the future for us, how do we deliver, how can we be competitive with the market, and so they're looking at all those things for us. I'm looking at my notes over here. I suggest you all tune into the National Wake Up Call as well. If you haven't listened yet, Danielle Matoni was on Monday. She gave a very similar talk that she did at Leadership, but it was really about Rocky, tied into Rocky and his success. And so as you are having success, which all of you will find when you're consistent with sharing your story and inviting people to join you, don't change what you're doing. Keep inviting more people, keep running groups, keep inspiring people, keep inviting people to join you, and be okay with hearing no, because I promise you it's going to happen, and it feels, a little bit deflating. I don't know what the right word is, but it hurts when people say no, when you put your heart out there to ask them and you're like, I don't know what they're going to say. And I don't want to do that. And you're like, oh, see, I should never have asked them. That's not the truth. It takes people 7 to 10 times for them to be exposed to something, for them to even say yes. So you asking them that time is fine, because that'll plant the seed in the back of their head. A couple more things will happen, and then they'll be like, I want to do that. And they're going to come to you. You might have to follow up again one more time, and they might say, yeah, the timing is really right. And because you planted the seed, 3 months ago, and they've seen it on Facebook, and they've seen it on TV, and they've heard it in the car, and now they saw their this friend of a friend on Facebook had results, and you came back around, and they said yes to you, well, they might do the same thing with coaching. So don't run away, and just always say, okay, I understand now isn't a good time. Is it okay if I follow back up with you, in a month or two? I run these groups pretty often. And just leave it open like that. There's 98% of the people are not going to say no to that. Not going to say, don't ever talk to me again about that. So you'll have a way to follow up with them in the future. I think those are all my notes. I can reiterate everything we said. I'll just let you go back and replay it if you want to hear it over again. But are there any questions specifically for anything that you heard about leadership, that you wonder about leadership, or that you want me to answer for you?
I have a question, Lee.
Go ahead, Marilla.
Did they say anything about the health bet in January? Because I noticed that they posted something about that.
They did. There will be another health bet in January, and there's going to be, I think they said, a $2 million pot. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if they're adding to that or if that's the final, or if it's $1 million and then adding. I think they're putting $2 million in to start. And then the challenge packs sold in November and December are going to add to the amount, I believe. Okay. But that's true that there is going to be one, and Carl said to help people get healthy and fit to their end of the year resolutions and then get them into the January health bet.
Okay.
And I think if you look it up in the FAQ, they'll probably be able to get all the fine print details on it. But yes, that's a good point. There is
January.
And it will be using the app. They did mention also that we have the Team Spirit contest. If any of you are not in, there's one for EKO, there's one for Team B. Go ahead and sign up. Anyone that's entered into the Team Spirit contest and hit Success Club does get a prize individually. And then there are at least 6 other prizes for teams based on spirit and points and other things. So at least if you get in registered and you get Success Club, there's a prize for you. So I think it's a shirt, quarter force shirt, I think. Okay. For sure, it's worth registering. Any other questions? Anybody registered yet for Super Saturday?
Why didn't they, or don't they normally announce the new program coming out in the spring at Leadership?
No, they probably have. I don't know if they feel like they put so many out already this year that they're not. We didn't get a program announcement. No. They didn't mention it, and then they didn't say why they didn't. But I'm assuming that there's a lot of distractions out there anyway, with the election and with all kinds of other stuff. I think they probably were like, let's keep people focused on these things. They have already the spirit and health fed and, like all these things. Like, let's focus on core to force. Let's all do it for 30 days. I did a sample workout at the retreat. It was amazing. I'm not a kickboxing person. I actually found it to be pretty easy to follow. There was a few times I was off, but not like if I were trying to do size or a dance program. We did country heat in the morning and then core to force the next hour, and I was thankful when I got to the core to force workout because I could follow it. So with this uncoordinated non-dancer, it was very effective. I had muscles that were sore in my back. Core to force is 30 days. I don't know if they're 16, 90-day also calendars, but it's a 30-day program. They're 30 to 45-minute workouts, and actually bought a copy of it when I was there. I haven't done it yet, but that is going to be, I was driving home today thinking about, I love the yoga. By the way, I did the 3-week yoga retreat, and I just finished that up. Just a quick 2 cents for it for you guys. I didn't really think that it was going to change my body. I did it because I like yoga. I'm not consistent with yoga. I saw it as a way to put something in my life that's needed. I do believe in the value of yoga, that's more for your mind and your body. I didn't expect any kind of transformation, but because I was in this 3-week, this official test group for TV, infomercial, whatever, I did my measurements, and I lost inches everywhere. And I have to say, except for my thighs, they stay the same. But I have to say that it can give you so much more than what you expect. And so trust the process and go through it yourself and see what you can get out of it. Then I decided I was going to do more yoga, but I really think that I need to do Core to Force for 30 days. So I am going to put together my own test group for that. I don't know how many of you are going to do the same or would be interested in being in a coach test group. We might want to band together a few people and run a coach group, so we can talk about that too. If there's anyone that's interested in that, message me after this call on Facebook, and maybe we can get together and run a group for our coaches. I would love to have all of us have results in 30 days that we can share and bring more people in and run a group together. Any other questions? I lost the chat somewhere. Yeah. There's someone asked if there's a hybrid, and someone said yes, there was. For asking 30 days. Any other questions, please? Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us, for listening, for asking questions, and for just doing what you're doing and being out there and inviting people. We still have another 6 days or so left in the month. We also have Super Saturday on Saturday, so try and get to an event. Maridella, did you have another question?
Yeah, I had one more question, Lee. Besides the new program, will they have other challenge packs? Like, will they still have the on-demand with Shakeology challenge pack and other programs? Have you heard anything?
I do believe that the club challenge pack that you're talking about, the Beachbody on-demand pack, is always out there. It's $140. Okay. There's a digital version of Core to Force challenge pack that I think maybe that one was $140, but there are always, a variety of challenge packs. There's only a few that fall into the $140 range. There were 6 that were on sale this month. Those are, as far as I know, going off sale. I haven't heard otherwise, but you never know. And then, so those will go back up to their normal prices, which is usually $160. There's always a couple in the $140. So you have something to leverage for just $10 more than Shakeology.
Okay, thanks.
The club challenge pack is one, and I recommend that to a lot of people. Any other questions, guys? No? Okay. I'm going to upload this recording later tonight. I've still got a few mom things to do, so if it doesn't get up there right away, I apologize, but it will get up there by sometime early tomorrow, if not later tonight before I go to bed. I have 1 sickie and then 3 kids to manage at different locations and then a couple to feed dinner. So I'm going to go do that part of me, and then I'll be back tonight to answer more questions. So thanks so much, guys. Have a great evening. Molly, you want to say bye? Okay.